Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metals market wrap-up, and this is for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2019. Now, it's confusing because I'm actually videoing this at 5:15 p.m. Central Time, but that's my first day back since last Wednesday, and I had a lot to catch up on. So today you had a big rally in the gold. Remember, we're already open, so you had your rallies today, and you're getting up to some key resistance spots as you dropped in the stock indices down the Bollinger Bands and held those very well. You might want to take a look at the upcoming, or if you haven't seen the financial wrap-up, that might help you. Foreign currencies gaining a little bit tonight. Now, I wouldn't get too excited about what goes on in the energies until you're further along this week, since we have the OPEC Plus meeting going on. And how OPEC actually works is you're waiting for an announcement. It doesn't work that way. These ministers start talking right away. The Iraqi minister's talking already about another 400,000 barrel a day cut. Of course, they haven't met their quota of cuts yet. So I don't understand why they come off doing that. In the gold market, you know what drove the market today. President Trump came out, and of course, he was talking about no deal with China. It's either the right deal or no deal. And Wilbur Ross, our Secretary of Commerce, came out and said, come December 15th, if there's no deal, more of the tariffs go on. That's from our perspective. The Chinese have a different perspective. They want the tariffs taken off right now. They want a phase one. They really don't want to buy agriculture they don't need. So the two sides, they're very far apart. How far really? You don't know and I don't know. A lot of this is showmanship. It is a NATO meeting. The president's acting tough. He just hit South America, 2 countries with tariffs on steel and aluminum, and today he threatened France with their handbags, if you will. Ladies, get your handbags before Christmas comes, and then wines and cheese, about $2.4 billion of tariffs. France can counter, but you know, they don't buy all that much from us. As you look at the market, as I see it, the resistance is back at the 1494 level on a weekly chart. And this is just a chart of closing prices. As long as the market stays under the 18-week average, my overall bias is down. Now, I want to take off tonight and day before. In other words, I want to go back to the chart action on Monday. As you can see, the market was in a stepping ladder impact coming down, and the question was, would these lows try to attack that low or not? Instead, the market popped its head up. Okay, I can live with that. And tonight, the market's backing off a fraction. When we look at the swing lines, the market had turned up as of yesterday. If you take this off, you actually had the lower highs, lower low. When you took out yesterday and got up over this high, that turned the swing line back up, and now you're sitting right over here. Okay, so the market's up $1.90. We're in the weaker time of this time frame between now and early December, mid-December, where the market tends to generally go sideways to lower. It's not doing that because of what the president said. Okay. Where is the market? It's over the 18-day average of closes, so the bias is up. The trend is up as well on the swing line. You'd have to get back under 1459.80 to turn the trend back down. One of the key moving averages is at the 1498.10 level. That's the 100-day, and that would be a resistance point. But where's the Bollinger Band? And the Bollinger Band's right here. And all that you did today, folks, is you rallied up, you hit it right on the head, and you basically stopped. I think the pros took money off the table there. And now the question is, how does the market, if it does break, I can't tell you that it will or won't, I don't know, I'm guessing off a chart here, 1472.40 is where I'd expect to see an attempt at some buying, just on the chart without looking at momentum, but you wouldn't want to get back under this low right here of 1459.80. That would destroy the pattern. If you exceed today's high, the next resistance at 1498.10, and I am concerned. You're overbought. I have an overbought market that got a piece of bullish news, went to the Bollinger Band, and just stopped cold in its tracks. I think the pros are taking money off the table. When we step over here, and this will load up in just 1 second. Now, this will be the GLD chart. Same thing. You come into the market, and if I can, I'd like to go back a day. Yeah, now it'll let me. So here we are with a market that yesterday you didn't have the swing line up. You were just 2 days in a row fighting at that 18-day average of closes. If you can clear this 138.10, the next resistance, and this is yesterday's action, is 139.80 to 139.60. Look where the market goes into that upper Bollinger Band, runs into its problem. By the way, you're going to see in a moment that I am offering my charting course in Cyber Week, which I consider starting today because I've been out of the office for several days. Today, I'm throwing my course into my research free. You'll see what I'm talking about at the end of this. So it's $179.95 value. You take a look, you'll see it in a moment. But here you're coming into it. If you continue up, the 100-day average at 139.93 is the next resistance. When the market reopens in the morning, you're going to be very close to being overbought. You finished with the 67.82 reading. I consider any reading over 70 overbought. Am I bearish? No, that's not what I'm saying. So don't read it that way. You'd have to take out to stop this uptrend 137.30 on the chart, and that would negate the bullishness it's displaying. When we step up to the gold miners, the juniors, the GDXJ, overbought over the Bollinger Band today. Now, I can't bring that back, unfortunately. I can't get to that part to come back on this chart. You can see that where the senior got up to the upper Bollinger Band, the 100-day average, it has been in basically an uptrend, and I can show this one. I can't get both to light up for me. But there's the higher lows. This is in an uptrend. You've had higher highs, higher lows. This was Friday's action. Now as the market starts lifting, the first resistance is the upper Bollinger, then possibility, maybe you even get to the 100-day average if you rally. I don't know if you'll rally or not. The market decides yesterday, yeah, it's going a little, and we know that the president's actions today, as soon as he got to Europe, oh boy, and you went up to both numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if you back off a little bit tomorrow. When we come to the gold-silver ratio, you've gone back to a neutral stance. The 18-day moving average of closes, and this is Feb gold versus the March silver, is just sort of hanging now at the 86 level. This is a ratio that got up into the 93 area. It's pulled back, but it's flat. It's not saying bullish or bearish. When I look at the silver market, silver has got momentum up, trend up, higher lows, higher highs. Unlike the gold market, it wasn't able to hit its upper Bollinger Band. Will it is the big question. If it does, the first resistance is going to be the 1735 level, with the 100-day average at 1755 being the next resistance. But please keep in the back of your mind, this market is running and it's going to be overbought if it gets much higher. It's got a 69 reading already. Anything over 70 is overbought from my point of view. Copper. I would have thought copper would have been down even more today. The copper market was down 275 points. I don't consider that a crash. Admittedly, you can see 271.75 area in the Bollinger Band has been resistance, with the 270 level pretty much holding this market on the rallies. Now that we're breaking back down, can it get under that 260 level? Don't know. And I say that because you've got a lower low, higher high pattern. The first challenge of the 100-day average, you sliced right through it today. You see that. This had worked out to be support back here. You went through it. If the market wants to extend the break, the lower Bollinger Band becomes the support. Is there a trend at work? There isn't. You have an oversold market that's whipping from a 260 area to 272 and right back down. In other words, 10 cents at a shot, you're covering it in 48 to 72 hours up or down. Very difficult to trade that. In the platinum market, momentum is still pointing up. You've got, though, a pattern of lower highs and higher lows. This is not a trend. The market's just sort of drifting here, and it's been doing that against the 18-day average of closes. Today, and this is today's action, the market didn't hit it, but prior to that, it was almost every day hitting it. It finally got a bump in it. We'll see if it can continue. If it can, the upper Bollinger Band at 931.70 is the first resistance. Support's back at 907.40 to 903.40, but the pattern that I have, I'm not in love with. The market really has to clear this high back here. to say that it wants to enter the bullish phase of 924.30, and it just hasn't done that. It got up as high as 919.60 today. In the Palladium market, as I said before I left, and I'm saying it again, this is the market that doesn't want to die. It just comes back, and it's going for all-time highs that I don't know if it's an all-time high. It's certainly a yearly high. I think it's an all-time high as well that's up here. I don't remember this market ever being 1,800. If you think about it, it's worth more money than an ounce of gold. And it just keeps running to the upside. You've got the embedded reading. I don't see anything bearish on this chart. I expect the pros to come in and support this market until you lose that embedded reading. And last, the dollar index, it's gone in 72 hours. This is where the market was on Friday. You hit the upper Bollinger Band in unison. First time you hit it, what do I think the pros do? I think they came out of the market. You'd been in an uptrend, you hit it. The market reverses course. This was yesterday. Today it goes to the lower Bollinger Band. What do you think I think the pros did today? Those that were short, and I'm not saying, I can understand the long position. The short came out of nowhere. I think they're covering down there. I teach all this in a way where I think you can get it and understand it really easy, and it's all part of my Cyber Week sale. It's my charting course. Now, if you go online and you buy my course right now, you're going to pay $179.95. I'm going to teach you the 5 steps that I think are necessary to read a chart. Can you add to it? Of course you can add to it. Do I add to it? Of course I add to it. But I talk about that in the course. And you're going to learn swing lines, moving averages, slow stochastics, Bollinger Bands, and something I don't show here, but it's a key part of what I do, window envelopes. So you get 54 videos, about 6 hours. You're going to have access to my research during that period, as you know already, and the trial to our software is all included if you haven't tried it before. I can't give away the trial in a 1-year period if you've used the software, but you can always get it from us. We'll figure out ways to work with you on that. How do you do this? Purchase any of my 1-year research packages. Example, my video alone, $156 for the year. You get the course for free. Buy my full research package, $600 for a year. And think about that. Now we're going to take the value of $179.95. You're basically in at about $40 a month, less than that. It's an awful lot to be looking at. So you decide if you want it. This is not going to stay on very long. How do you find out about it? You can go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. Any 1-year package of my research you buy, you will get an email from me. It's going to tell you that you're getting this for free, and you can start it when you want. In other words, you'll tell us when you want to start the course, and we'll work with you at that point in time to get it going. I know the holiday season's in front of you. This makes life fairly easy. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. I appreciate all the comments I got from many, many people about what happened with my mom, but in any case, life goes on, right? Thank you for responding, and thanks for your sympathy. I'm Ira Epstein. I will see you all tomorrow.